If your lower chest still looks soft, droopy, or flat no matter how much you bench, you're probably not weak. You're just training in the wrong direction. And that's exactly why some guys can bench over 300 pounds, yet still have a chest that looks like it's melting under a t-shirt. I know because I used to be that guy. I loaded the bar every week. I chased bigger numbers. I left the gym exhausted, but every time I looked in the mirror, the bottom of my chest still looked unfinished. It made my whole physique look older, softer, and less athletic, even though I was getting stronger. Here's what finally changed everything. The lower chest isn't built by lifting more weight. It's built by putting tension where those fibers are actually designed to work. Today I'm going to show you the 3 exercises that completely changed how my lower chest looked. Not 12. Not a complicated chest day. Just 3 movements, in the right order, with the right execution. Stick around until the end because I'm also going to give you one bonus tip that almost nobody talks about. And honestly, that single adjustment made these exercises work twice as well for me. If you're serious about building a chest that actually looks lifted, not just bigger, you're in the right place. Because today, we're training like architects, not gamblers. Most people walk into the gym like soldiers charging into battle. Titans never did that. They studied the battlefield first. And your chest deserves the same strategy. The biggest mistake people make is believing every chest exercise trains every part of the pec equally. It doesn't. That's like thinking every road leads to Mount Olympus. Biomechanics doesn't work that way. Your lower chest fibers run at a different angle than your upper fibers. Their main job is to pull your arm down and across your body. But think about what most guys do. Flat bench, machine press, more flat bench, incline, then another press. Almost every movement sends the force straight forward or upward. Very little of it follows the line those lower fibers were designed to produce. Your body is incredibly smart. Like Odysseus choosing the safest path through dangerous waters, your nervous system always lets stronger muscles take over whenever it can. So your front delts help, your triceps help, your mid-chest helps, and your lower chest quietly sits on the sidelines. That's why adding more weight usually doesn't solve the problem. You're simply getting better at the wrong movement pattern. Once you understand this, everything changes, because now you're no longer trying to lift more weight. You're trying to make the lower chest impossible to escape from the movement, and the first exercise does exactly that. The first exercise is the foundation of everything we're doing today, the high-to-low cable crossover. If your goal is to make the lower portion of your chest look fuller, tighter, and more defined, this is where the transformation starts. Unlike a bench press, this movement forces your arms to travel downward and inward, the exact line of pull that matches the lower fibers of the pectoralis major. That means you're no longer hoping your lower chest joins the movement. You're making it do the work. This is where most people get it wrong. They turn the exercise into an ego lift. They grab too much weight, rush every rep, and let momentum swing the cables together. The weights move. The chest doesn't. Remember, muscles don't know how much weight is on the stack. They only know tension. Instead of trying to impress everyone around you, make every inch of the movement count. Here's how to do it correctly. Set both pulleys above shoulder height. Take one small step forward so your body feels stable. Keep a slight bend in your elbows and lock that angle throughout the entire set. Now think about bringing your biceps toward your hips, not your hands together. That mental cue changes everything. Instead of pushing with your shoulders, you'll naturally pull through your chest. As your hands come down in front of your lower abs, pause. Hold that contraction for 1, maybe even 2 seconds. That's the moment your lower chest is forced to stay under tension. Then return slowly. Don't let the weight pull you back. Own the eccentric. That's where a huge amount of muscle growth happens. If every rep looks identical, you're doing it right. If every rep gets faster than the one before it, you're letting the weight win. A simple target works incredibly well here. 4 sets of 12 to 15 controlled reps. Use a weight that allows you to feel your chest working, not your shoulders taking over. Trust me. The guy using half the weight with perfect control is usually building a better chest than the guy slamming the entire stack. After a few weeks of doing this correctly, most people don't notice the change while flexing first. They notice it when they're relaxed. Their chest starts hanging differently. The lower border becomes more visible. T-shirts fit better. The chest looks lifted instead of flat. That's the kind of progress you can't fake. Now, this exercise teaches your lower chest how to contract, but the next one forces it to produce real strength under your entire body weight. That's where things get interesting. Because if the cable crossover is the sculptor, the next exercise is the blacksmith forging the armor. The second exercise is the chest dip. When performed with a slight forward lean, dips place the lower chest in an incredibly strong mechanical position. Lean your torso forward about 20 to 30 degrees. Keep your elbows slightly flared. Lower yourself until you feel a deep stretch across the chest. Then drive yourself back up by thinking about bringing your elbows toward your ribs, not simply pushing the bars away. If your triceps are the only thing burning, lean forward a little more. If your shoulders hurt, reduce the range of motion and stay controlled. Aim for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Add assistance if needed. Add weight once body weight becomes easy. Now, the third exercise surprises a lot of people because it doesn't look like a lower chest exercise. But if your goal is a chest that looks lifted instead of sagging, this movement fills one of the biggest missing pieces. Decline dumbbell press. Most people either skip the decline press entirely or replace it with another flat bench variation. That's a mistake. The slight decline changes the pressing angle just enough to better match the direction of the lower pec fibers, while still allowing you to overload the muscle through a full range of motion. Unlike a barbell, dumbbells let your arms move naturally. Your shoulders aren't locked into a fixed path. That means you can bring your elbows slightly inward as you press, creating a stronger chest contraction with less unnecessary stress on the shoulders. Set the bench to a gentle decline. Grab a pair of dumbbells you can control. As you lower them, keep your shoulder blades pulled back and your chest proud. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Lower until you feel a deep stretch across the lower portion of your chest. Then, press up in a slight arc. Don't think about pushing the weights toward the ceiling. Think about bringing your upper arms together. That cue keeps the pecs doing the work instead of turning the movement into a front delt exercise. Don't slam the dumbbells together at the top. The goal isn't making noise. The goal is keeping tension on the muscle from the first rep to the last. A great target here is 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps with complete control. Now look at what you've built. The high to low cable crossover teaches your lower chest to contract through its natural line of pull. The chest dip overloads those fibers with your body weight, building strength and density. The decline dumbbell press reinforces that same movement pattern with progressive overload. 3 exercises, 3 different jobs, 1 strategy. That's how a Titan approaches training, not by collecting random exercises, but by making every movement serve a purpose. Most people think more exercises mean more growth. In reality, more precision creates more growth. Quick break. Most people don't struggle because they aren't working hard enough. They struggle because they show up mentally exhausted from work, stress, and everyday life. That's exactly why I use Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Whey. It gives me a fast, convenient source of high-quality protein to support muscle recovery after training. Because building muscle doesn't happen while you're lifting. It happens when your body has what it needs to rebuild. I'll leave the link in the pinned comment. Now, before you leave, here's the bonus I promised. It might be the most important tip in this entire video. Even if you perform these 3 exercises perfectly, one mistake can still stop your lower chest from growing. Stop starting every chest workout with your heaviest bench press. I know. That sounds almost wrong. For years, we've been told the bench press should always come first because you're strongest at the beginning of the workout. That's true, if your only goal is lifting the most weight. But if your goal is building a better-looking chest, that's a different game. Instead, start your workout with 2 light activation sets of the high to low cable crossover. Use about 15 slow reps. Don't chase failure. Don't chase heavy weight. Chase connection. Feel your lower chest shorten with every repetition. Pause at the bottom. Control the return. You're teaching your brain exactly which fibers should fire first. Then move into your heavier work. Whether that's dips, decline presses, or even your regular bench press, you'll notice something almost immediately. Your chest starts doing more of the work. Your shoulders stop stealing every rep, and your lower pecs finally become active instead of passive. It's a simple change. But simple doesn't mean small. Sometimes the difference between an average physique and an impressive one isn't another exercise. It's a better strategy. That's how the greatest Greek generals won battles. Not with bigger armies, with better positioning. Your training should follow the same principle. Train with intention, not habit. Because muscles don't reward effort alone. They reward precision. So here's your challenge. For the next 6 weeks, stop chasing random chest workouts. Run these 3 exercises exactly as we covered today. Focus on execution before weight. Earn every rep. Then look in the mirror. Not after one workout, but after weeks of consistency. You'll see a lower chest that looks tighter, fuller, and far more defined. If you made it all the way to the end, comment lower chest lift. It helps the channel. It helps YouTube understand who this video is for, and it lets me know you're part of the small group that trains with purpose instead of chasing shortcuts. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and join us for the next battle. Because lifting weights like Hercules is the easy part. Thinking like a titan and sculpting your body with strategy instead of ego, that's what separates the few from the many. I'll see you in the next one.